Hello, YouTube. Today I just want to bring you my day one update of the hardcore event. Now, a lot of things have happened in this hardcore event, but for starters, you might notice that this is not Gemma 3, nor is it Sage. Let me explain. Bomba. So, a lot of stuff happened. Essentially, when the event went live this morning, I did League start as Gemma 3. We got to, I think, Tarmac 5 or Tarmac 6. We were like level 84, which, if you know anything about the hardcore event, you get basically a free boost to level 100. Sorry, level 86 once you get a character to 86. So we were like 2 levels off from being 86 and we ended up dying. Now, I'll get into the reason why we died in a bit. But after that happened, I was feeling very, very unwell. I mean, I don't even know exactly how I died or what to even say about the death. Because I genuinely was like just trying to like zone out and not like look at my screen and stuff. I'm pretty sure what happened is I walked into a blast mob and I got shotgunned by them, but I was like just standing AFK on the blast mob the whole time. So what happened? Why was my focus so bad? You know, how did I allow such an easy mistake to happen? Well, when I went to bed, I ended up lying in bed for 3 hours, not able to sleep. Because I felt so ill and sick the whole time, my body literally just wouldn't let me sleep. I felt extremely, extremely bad. I was like really not okay and stuff. And it ended up with me like genuinely vomiting like multiple liters of my body or like of my stomach just out. It was a truly like horrific experience. And finally, after doing that, brushing my teeth and stuff and just trying to get the taste off my mouth, you know, the usual things, I was able to finally fall asleep. And then I slept for like 6 or 7 hours. And at this point, the league started at 4 a.m. And it was now 6 p.m, so it was 14 hours since League start, and I didn't have a character, I hadn't even played at all. I had basically nothing, because I was just sick and stuff and just feeling really bad. So at that point, what I did is I went into the activity feed. I asked a friend of mine to like go through the rankings and check all of the rankings and see which characters did not have 10 clears yet. And at that point, both Sage and Gemma 3, which were my initial like League start plans, did have 10 characters. And actually, Karina 1 only had 4 clears. And I knew about a build you can do on Karina 1, a Bombard build, which is the build I'll get into right now in a bit. And I thought that was interesting. I thought it was interesting enough that I would just play Karina 1 Chromatic Shot. Now, as you can see, we did not get top 10 on Karina. In the time it took me to go from campaign to Timework 7, this went from 4 clears to fucking 10. We started at 6 p.m. I don't know where the hell all these people came from randomly in the evening. But I ended up just boosting a Thea 3, and we got top 10 on Thea 3, fortunately. This was like one of the last characters that saw top 10 open. I mean, you can still like play Bing 1, I think, and the Motus and stuff, but I essentially got top 10 on Thea 3. Oh, sorry, Thea 2. You literally just copy-pasting my Karina Chromatic Shot gear over to this character. I think the Gemma 3 build is really cool, but I'm kind of very interested in this Karina build. I think the way I'm going to set up this character is going to be the exact same as with Gemma. Like, I'm still going to do Mask of Infernal Iron, all the things I've said there. Just instead of doing Rain of Arrows, I'm going to do Bombard. And the reason we do Bombard on Karina 1 is the way Karina 1's passive works is it gives you access to, like, this special ammo. And if you look here on the bottom, right? Okay, we have 4 blank bullets right now. If you look here on the bottom, you're going to see that we have, like, 4 bullets and then 2, like, blue bullets. These blue bullets or bullets that have Bombard Cannon applied to them, my like canvas support. And if you read what Bombard Cannon does, 2,400% additional hit damage for the support skill. Now normally this support has a downside of putting your skill on a 1.5 second cooldown. So it's like this massive gigantic bomb that you're hitting the enemy with, and then it goes on a long cooldown. But for some reason, when it's a special ammo in Karina, your bomba never goes on cooldown. So you're having these absolutely ginormous hits with, you know, 24x multi on them, and your bomb just doesn't go on cooldown at all when you do those insane hits. So I ended up getting the FE for this. This was 140 FE for me to buy. And then I went and also bought the other bomba supports. You really need guided for this setup as well. You need guided and you need the big bomba. Those are like the 2 most important things to actually set up Bombard. And obviously guided is, you know, 80 FE, there's only 2 listed. And then I just went grenade. This is not like a big deal or anything, but I went grenade for projectile split scaling. And then you go for 3 splits, which is very easy to do because obviously you pick up 3 birds, 1 stone. This gives you 2 parabolic splits, and you pick up 1 split here. Now, just straight up, massive thanks to Paper, massive thanks to Flat. They've been helping with the build. They gave me the idea, blah, 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 all those usual things. They're like the Carino enjoyers, so they're always like the go-to when it comes to anything Carino related. So I've been having them help me a lot, and I really do appreciate their help. But that's the current state of the build right now. At this point, I'm just farming FE to try and get like some good slates. I'm trying to get my, some good Euro memories. Just get all the like basic upgrades out of the way that you need in this game. And right now, this setup is we're doing Entangled Root. This is pretty good for defense. Really important hardcore, don't die. We have 6k HP, really didn't want to die. We have Magnus Mind Flame for True Flame. Very, very strong item and pretty cheap. This belt's also fairly cheap now, it's 2 FE. Double Born on Fire, I'm probably gonna replace these eventually, but they're very good in hardcore because they just give you a ton of life and fire damage, and some regen. Try and Swarming Hold, I have no idea how, but this is only 2 FE. This item's like always super expensive, so it being 2 FE is insane to me. It does have Lucky Crit on it. Now, right now with Lucky Crit, we have 30% crit rating. That's really bad, I do need to fix that. I'll get to it eventually. And then just some like generic ass crafted gear with res on them. Just so we are like basically res capped. We're not fully res capped right now, but it's fine. And then Grace Boots for Focus Vesting Generation. Maybe what I'll do is I'll equip a Chaotic Ending that gives me Agility and Focus Blessings. So you have both blessings, and then we can like do some other boots and just craft movement speed on them. But these are quite nice because they do give you 17 plus 10%, so 27% movement speed. But yeah, they're essentially just movement speed and focus blessings. And other than that, I mean, this is just my setup. There's nothing too special about it. One important thing about this character and this build is you do need the Bombard supports, but prior to the Bombard supports, you can just follow my Thiag build. So I didn't make a build card before I stopped on Carino, I didn't think about it. But you can essentially just take my Thea build 1-to-1 and put it on Carino. And just the only thing when you do that is make sure to equip the special supports. Like, just equip stuff like just anything that gives you damage on your special ammo, because that's the whole point of the hero. And yeah, let me do a mapping showcase. This build's really sick. This build's really good for busting. Right now, I'm doing cube and bust with the new bust compass. All these special compasses only 1 flame send, so might as well just use them. I might try Rokana because bust in Tarmok 7 is kind of poopy, but it does feel weird because I feel like with my build, I should be doing bust because of how good I am at doing bust. And you're gonna see that right here now. Our damage is a bit inconsistent because it's very RNG on like my ammo, you know. If you get a bunch of bad ammo, then you have low damage. If you get a bunch of good ammo, you have high damage, and that is kind of just how this character works. But honestly, the build's really interesting. The build is very, very interesting. It sucks being so late to Lake Starts. I'm gonna be honest with you. Like, I'm like 14 hours late to Lake Start. I don't like it. I really like the early game economy. I like rushing and racing and trying to get like as much FE as possible early on. And at this point in the league, it's just like a different game entirely. You know, there's some people that are just like thousands and thousands of FE ahead of me and stuff like that. But honestly, I really like this hardcore event. I plan on playing a lot more. At the very least, I want to kill Trav 8 for like the icon you get from Trav 8. But I'm gonna try my best to just not die and actually just play super slow and stuff. Not be greedy, not try and push time rocks when I'm not ready and stuff like that. And just be like super duper safe and things to eventually reach Profound. Because it really is a very cool event, and I think it's very fun. And I want to try to like all the compasses and things. Like Dark Switch and stuff, I'm also very interested in trying out. But anyway, enough rambling from me. I just wanted to make a quick update for people that are like wondering about the hardcore event. Because obviously, I made my hardcore plans and things, and then, you know, I'm not doing what I did in the plans. I just want to explain what happened with me getting sick and things. With that being said though, if you do level Gemma 3, I'm gonna give a suggestion for people that want to play Gemma 3 still and want to play Rain of Arrows. I think early on, play Hammer of Ash. I was playing Ground Shaker. Ground Shaker was really good. My only problem with Ground Shaker is that it's like very melee, and you need to get like in the face of mobs, which is how I died by getting like shotgunned. I think instead just playing Hammer of Ash early on is really good. And then once you get the Rain of Arrows supports, you swap to Rain of Arrows. Like once you get, you know, Swift Flight and Payback, you can swap to Rain of Arrows and do the Rain of Arrows setup. Or you can stick with Hammer of Ash if you like it. All these builds, like the skill you use doesn't really matter. It's still gonna play the same out. And right now I'm just saving up to like, you know, buy my legendary items as well as get some slates and stuff and just get my character up and running. I'm not sure exactly when I want to push to Tarmok 8 because I'm kind of scared of going to Tarmok 8. But at some point in time, like I will push into Tarmok 8 and hopefully not die. But anyway, that's gonna be it from me, YouTube. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll see you again next time. Bye-bye, YouTube. Bye-bye.